Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. This is our 8th lecture on advanced geochemistry. This is based on determining the absolute configuration of the molecules by using different methods. Here we will discuss about the determination of absolute configuration of alcohols, and this is very important. This is very important lecture because to determine the absolute configuration of the molecule is very difficult. We use different methods for the determination of absolute configuration of the molecules, those molecules in which their configuration is not known. First method is application of proton NMR for determining absolute configuration. Actually, we use different techniques for the determination of absolute configuration. Nowadays, people are using X-ray, XRD, and before XRD, people have used proton NMR for the determination of absolute configuration of the molecule. In the recent years, there has been a marked increase in number of papers. In the recent years, there has been a marked increase in number of papers describing the use of NMR for determining the absolute configuration. The general procedure consists of derivatization of a substrate of unknown configuration with 2 enantiomers of chiral auxiliary agent. The proton NMR spectra of the resulting diastereoisomeric derivatives are compared, and the difference in chemical shift measured to give a difference in RS values, chemical shift values of, because the chemical shift value for both the enantiomers will be different. R and S both have different chemical shift values. Nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy is used to determine the structure of the compounds. Based on the importance of the techniques nowadays people are using to determine the absolute configuration of the molecules, those molecules in which their configuration cannot be determined easily, that is why people have used different techniques, particularly proton NMR is very important technique. The most important auxiliary agents which are used in the proton NMR for the determination of absolute configurations are: number 1, MPA, methoxy phenyl acetic acid; second, MTPA, methoxy trifluoromethyl phenyl acetic acid; 9-AMA, 9-ethyl methoxyl acetic acid; number 4, 9-AHA, 9-ethyl hydroxyacetic acid ethyl ester; number 5, BPG, Boc phenyl glycine. This is the amino acid which is used as a auxiliary agents. Means to determine the configuration of enantiomers, we use different auxiliary agents which I have tested. These are the 5 auxiliary agents which are used for the determination of absolute configuration of a molecule. This is the structure of RMTPA. Here this is the stereocenter. This is RMPA. Here the stereocenter. This is R9-AMA. Here is the stereocenter. This is RAHA. Here is stereocenter. This is RBPG, Boc glycine. This is the amino acid and protected amino acid are used for the determination of absolute configuration. These reagents can be used in the assignment of absolute configuration of primary and secondary alcohols, primary amines, and carboxylic acid. Now, here it is shown that the reagents which are shown in the structures are used for the determination of absolute configuration of primary and secondary alcohols, primary amines, and carboxylic acid. The auxiliary reagents is chosen which provide sufficiently large chemical shift RS value. Other techniques to increase the chemical shift values are to lower temperature, addition of barium salt, lowering of polarity of NMR solvents. However, these techniques work in some cases only. In some cases, a single derivatization either with R or S auxiliary may be used with the application of above techniques. Here it is shown that on the basis of auxiliary reagents, some other techniques can be used for the determination of absolute configuration. One is lower temperature, addition of barium salt, lowering the polarity of the NMR solvent. However, these techniques works in some cases only. In some cases, single derivatization either with R or S auxiliary may be used with the application of above techniques. These reagents are used to determine the configuration of primary and secondary alcohols, primary amines, and carboxylic acids. These are structure. In the structure, you can see that in every structure a stereocenter is present. Due to presence of this stereocenter, these are called auxiliary reagents. Auxiliary reagents are those which contains stereocenters. This is the general procedure for the determination of absolute configuration. Suppose L1 and L2 are substituents directly attached to the stereojunction centers. Step 1. Derivatization of a substrate with R and S enantiomer of the selected auxiliary reagents. The proton number spectra of the two derivatives are scanned. Step 2. Correct assignment of L1 and L2 signals. Step 3. Comparison of chemical shift of signal due to proton in L1 and L2 in both R and S derivatives, and calculation of corresponding differences expressed in chemical shift value RS. RS L1 is the difference in the chemical shift value for a certain proton or substituents L1 in the derivative prepared from the R auxiliary minus the chemical shift of the same proton in the derivatives prepared from the S auxiliary. S auxiliary is equal to chemical shift of L1 equal to chemical shift of L1 minus chemical shift of L1 means chemical shift of R enantiomer minus chemical shift of S enantiomer. The sign of RS may be plus or minus correspond to the signal of for all the proton of the substituents L1, and the opposite sign should result for all proton in L2. The two NMR spectra must be scanned under identical condition with respect to reference chemicals, TMS, temperature, concentration, and solvent. Insert the substituents with the positive chemical shift and with negative chemical at appropriate place in the figures. This process allows the determination of configuration. This is the whole procedure through which we can determine the configuration of alcohol, primary alcohols by derivatization, through derivatization, and we use chemical shift value of the two enantiomers, and then we compare the signal. Chemical shift value is calculated from the signals of proton and NMR. This is This slide show that this is RMPA ester. This is the secondary alcohol. This is RS pentanol. When we are using RMPA ester and SMP ester, then in both we are getting two NMR spectra. These are the two NMR spectra. This is for spectra A and this was spectra B. Procedure for the assignment of configuration of R2 pentanol. This is the procedure through which we can determine the configuration of R2 pentanol. Means the configuration at the chiral center may be R, may be S. Now the signals of proton H3 are 1.39 ppm, and here H4 1.06 ppm, and here methyl show 0.72, most upfield region, and this is the more downfield region. Similarly, these are for RMPA ester A, RMPA ester. This is the proton NMR spectra which is calculated in the presence of RMPA ester, and this is the proton NMR spectra of a pentanol secondary alcohol in the presence of SMP ester. You can see the difference between the chemical shift value of H3 here 1.39, here 1.48, here methyl show 1.05 ppm, here methyl show 1.18 ppm. Again here the methyl show 0.86 ppm, here methyl show 0.72 ppm. The difference between the two results in the determination of a configuration of the compounds, that this is MPaO, this is OMPA, and when we see that the R2 pentanol is observed when we calculate here, the chemical shift value RSL1 is greater than 0. Here the chemical shift value RSL2 is less than 0. Here L1 is greater, means chemical shift value L1 is greater than 0. Here chemical shift value L2 is less than 0. By comparison of the two spectra, we can easily determine the configuration of the molecule, that either it is R or S. Limitations. The techniques has some limitation. The substrate should present clearly distinguishable and identifiable NMR signals in the two substituents L1, L2. If a substance does not have proton on one substituent L1 or L2, or does not give distinct NMR signal, the method cannot be used. The most important protons for assignment purpose are those located in the neighborhood of the stereogenic carbon, because here the larger chemical shift value occur. All protons along L1 should present the same chemical shift value sign, which should be opposite to that for all protons along L2. If this does not happen, another auxiliary should be used. The chemical shift value should be sufficiently large, be clearly positive or negative, and be well above the experimental error of NMR measurement. This is the limitations. Limitations means the substrate should present clearly distinguishable and identifiable NMR signals of the two substance ligands. If the signals are not distinguishable, then we cannot determine the absolute configuration. If a substance does not have proton on one substituent or does not give distinct NMR signal, the method cannot be used. Means if the substituents L1 and L2 are given the same signal and there is no difference between signal, then we cannot determine the absolute configuration. The most important proton for assignment purpose or those located in the neighborhood of the stereogenic carbon, because here the larger chemical shift will occur. All protons along L1 should present the same sign of, which should be opposite to that for all protons along L2. If this does not happen, another axis should be used. The chemical shift should be sufficiently large, be clearly positive or negative, and be well above the experimental error of NMR measurements. Then there are applications. Primary alcohols by double derivatization, substrate primary alcohols with stereogenic carbon at beta position. This is alpha and beta. Auxiliary R and S 9-AMA. NMR condition, we are using chloroform at room temperature. Procedure, the sample is divided into two parts. One half is esterified with R 9-AMA and the other half with S 9-AMA. The spectra of both derivatives are recorded and the signals assigned. The chemical shift RS values calculated for substituents L1 and L2. The signal should be opposite using models in following figures. The substituents L1 and L2 are placed in accordance to the signs of chemical shift values of RS. Here, this is the ligand L1, this is L2, this is the prochiral center. This can be R, can be S, depends when we do derivatize with R9-AMA and S9-AMA. Both derivatives are necessary. Then first spectrum proton number and second spectrum proton number. Then the RS configuration, this is minus, this is plus, because the signals of one substituents are lower than signal of other two. Then from these two signals the absolute configuration can be easily determined. Then primary amines by double derivatization. There comes primary amines by double derivatization. Substrate primary amines with stereogenic carbon in a position. Auxiliary reagents R and S MPA, R and S MTPA, R and S BPG. NMR conditions are chloroform room temperature. Note, lowering of polarity of NMR solvent. Lowering of polarity of NMR solvents can improve RS values in case of MPA amides only. Auxiliary BPG produces greater chemical shift value and is cheaper. RMTPA yields SMTPA chloride and vice versa due to CIP rules of nomenclature. Here we use the simplest procedure. The sample is divided into two halves and one half is reacted with R and other with S reagents. The spectra of both amides are recorded and the signals assigned. The chemical shift value RS value calculated for substituents L1 and L2 and a model shown in the figure below is used for determining the absolute configuration. Here this is the amine L1 and L2 substituent. This is RMPA and this is SMPA. Again we are getting half of the sample will be taken in one tube and half in the other tube. Half is reacted with RMPA and half is reacted with SMPA, and we get the configuration. There's here L1 has positive signal and L2 has a negative signal. Through these substituents chemical shift values of L1 and L2, the stereochemistry of the dissenter absolute configuration can be determined. Primary amines by single derivatization complexation with barium 2 plus ions. Substrate primary amines with the stereogenic carbon in a position. There should be no groups near the stereogenic carbon which can form a complex with barium 2 plus auxiliary agent or SMPA. Only one enantiomer is required. NMR conditions CD3CN BaClO4 room temperature. This procedure is based on selective chelation at the MPA moiety. Procedure is very simple. The sample is reacted with either R or SMPA. The corresponding MPA amide is isolated and its spectrum recorded in CD3CN. as for example 5 mg of MPA amide of boronyl amine in 0.5 ml of acetonitrile, and this is deuterated CD3CN means deuterated acetonitrile, and the signal for substituents L1 and L2 are assigned. The two equivalents of 0.5 mole solution of barium chlorate in deuterated acetonitrile 50 ml are added to a sample and new spectrum is recorded. This is for the determination of absolute configuration of primary amines by derivatization. The new signals are assigned and the chemical shift will be for Ba barium value calculated from the following formula. The chemical shift of barium is equal to chemical shift of one substituents L1 in MPA amide after addition of Ba2 plus salt minus the chemical shift of the same signal before addition of Ba2 plus salt. Chemical shift of barium is equal to chemical shift L1 of MPA amides plus Ba2 plus minus L1 of MPA amide. The same formula for BaL2. The model shown in the following figure is used for assignment of absolute configuration. Again, this is the amine, this is RMPA, this is SMPA. Only one derivative is necessary. Here one derivative is necessary. First spectrum and second spectrum in CD3CN, and when we see the signal difference between the substituent L1 and L2 on the base of the signal, we determine the configuration of the primary and secondary amines. Secondary alcohol by single derivatization complexation with again substrate. Secondary alcohol in which the heterogenic carbon is in alpha position, there should be no groups which can complex with Ba2 plus. Examples are alpha and beta hydroxyl ester. Auxiliary reagents are SMPA and NMR condition CD3CN, BaClO4 whole to room temperature. The procedure is based on selective chelation of MPA moiety by Ba2 plus. The sample is reacted with RRSMPA reagent. The spectrum of resulting MPA ester is recorded in acetonitrile 5 mg of ester in 0.5 ml of solvent. The signals of L1 and L2 are assigned. Solid anhydrous BaClO4 whole 2 is added to the NMR tube until saturation is attained about 200 mg per tube and a new spectrum recorded. The signals are assigned and the chemical shift value of barium value calculated by following formula. The chemical shift value barium of L1 is equal to L1 of MP ester minus L1 of MP ester after addition of Ba2 plus ions. The same for L2 also. The model shown in the following figures is used to place L1 and L2 in space in accordance with the signs of Ba. Barium. Here this is the alcohol, this is L1 and this is L2, this is RMPA, this is SMPA. Here only one derivative is necessary. Here ester 1, there is ester 2, first spectrum, second spectrum, and again from the chemical shift value signs of L1 and L2, here L2 is plus, here L2 is minus. The configuration of the compounds can be easily determined by derivatization. This is a double derivatization method. Secondary alcohols by single derivatization, low temperature substrate secondary alcohols with stereogenic carbon in alpha position. Auxiliary agents are SMPA. NMR conditions CS2 or CD2Cl2. One variable temperature from room temperature to minus 70 degrees Celsius. The method is based on selective modification of conformational equilibrium by lowering the temperature of NMR probe. Procedure is simple. The sample is reacted with RMPA or SMPA reagent. The spectrum of the MP ester derivative is recorded at room temperature and the signal for L1 and L2 are assigned. The spectrum is recorded at low temperature, for example minus 70 degrees Celsius, and the chemical shift value T1 T2 value calculated The chemical shift at T1 T2 is equal to chemical shift at higher temperature T1 minus chemical shift at lower temperature T2. The model shown in the following figure is then used to place L1 and L2 in space in accordance with the signs of change in chemical shift value of T1 and T2. This is the alcohol, this is the here this is L1 and L2 substituents. Here RMPA and this is SMPA. We are getting first spectrum and then second spectrum. Only one derivation is necessary. Then by comparing the change in chemical shift value T1 T2, L2 minus here L2 is minus, again L1 is positive, here L is positive, then the absolute configuration of the molecule can be easily determined. Then carboxylic acid by double derivatization. Substrate carboxylic acid with hydrogen carbon is alpha position auxiliary reagents R and S9AHA. NMR condition CDCl3 room temperature. Procedure sample is divided into two halves. One half is esterified with 9AHA and the other with S9AHA. The spectra of the both derivatives are recorded and the signals assigned. The del RS values calculated for substitution L1 and L2, which should have positive signs. The model of following figures is used to place the substitution L1 and L2 in the space in accordance with the signs of chemical change in chemical shift to RS. Here this is carboxylic acid. Here is R9AHA chiral auxiliary reagent. This is S9AHA chiral auxiliary. Both derivatives are necessary. Here first spectrum is calculated, then second spectrum is calculated. Then we got the configuration L1 plus and L2 minus. From the change in chemical shift value of the RS signs then the configuration at this chiral center can be determined easily. Then secondary alcohol by double derivatization. Secondary alcohols with hydrogen carbons at alpha position agent R and SMPA, R and SMTPA and R and 9 and S9AMA. NMR condition CDCl3 room temperature. MTPA is not recommended as it gives unreliable results. MPA is better and the change in chemical shift RS values can be increased by scanning the spectra at low temperature. 9AMA is the most powerful reagent and produces the greatest change in chemical shift RS value. Here is the procedure. The sample is divided into two halves, with one half reacted with the R and other with the S reagent. The spectra of both ester derivatives are recorded and the signals are assigned. The change in chemical shift value of RS value calculated for substitution L1 and L2. The following model is used to place L1 and L2 in space in accordance with the signs of change in chemical shift RS. This is the OH by double derivatization. Both derivatives are necessary. Double derivatization means both derivatives are necessary. Single derivatization means only one derivative is necessary. Here R9AMA or RMPA. Here S9AMA or SMPA. They get esterification occur. Then record the first spectrum, then record the second spectrum. Then by assigning the values to L1 and L2 get negative sign and L1 get positive sign. Then the configuration of the molecule can be determined. Then secondary alcohol by single derivatization esterification shift secondary alcohol with hydrogen carbon alpha position. NMR conditions are CDCl3 room temperature. The NMR condition is room temperature. The method is based on the observation. We have discussed already about the spectrum of the derivative recorded and the signal assigned. The change in chemical shift AR or change in chemical shift AS value is calculated. The model shown in the following figure is used to place L1 L2 in space in accordance with the chemical shift values obtained. This is alcohol. It may be R or it may be S. Here we are going to react with 9AMA and S9AMA. Here we got the ester and we got first spectrum and second spectrum, and we got the different signs in L1 L2. The change in chemical shift value of AS L2 is very greater than the the chemical should change L1 from this the configuration of the molecule. These are the methods which are used to determine the absolute configuration of the molecules like alcohols, amines, and carboxylic acid. We have shown you different methods in which we are using a sample tube, and the sample is divided into equal halves, and both samples are reacted with different reagents like R and S reagents, and we are calculating the spectra. When spectra is scanned, then we observe the change in chemical shift value of L1 and L2. This is very simple, and you are once again required to listen the lecture carefully and try to understand which is the meaning of derivatization means. If we cannot determine the configuration in enantiomers, that is why there is a need to do the derivatives. We will again this is our first lecture on the determination of configuration. We have a lot of lecture on the determination of absolute configuration. There are other methods we will discuss in next lecture. Okay, Allah Hafiz, good luck.